reading verbatim from their archives. This recording will cover one of the many foes the Imperium faces, a force of evil born from the depths of the warp. A force that even a psycho such as myself should be wary of, lest I become corrupted by its dark whispers. This malevolent force is known as Chaos. Chaos is a part of the psychic energy that composes warp space. More generally, chaos refers to anything related to chaos, including its influence, the gods of chaos, their followers, and the warp. Chaos is almost synonymous with the warp. The two concepts are inseparable. Chaos is the limitless ocean of spiritual and emotional energy that defines the warp. It is a great and raw force of change and power, and is both physically and spiritually corrupting. The most gifted mortals, called psychers, can utilize this energy, thus making them capable of abilities which transcend the laws of the material universe. However, the malevolent power of chaos can gradually corrupt a psyker, tainting their mind and body. The iconic symbol of chaos is the 8-pointed star, representing the infinite possibilities of chaos. Chaos itself has many names. The Elder, for example, call it the Primordial Annihilator, while Lorgar and the Word Bearers dub it the Primordial Truth. The realm of chaos was formed as the emotions of mortals, be they anguish, desire, hatred, or pride, pooled together in the psychic mirror reality of the material universe known as the warp. Such was the power of these emotions that they eventually formed into creatures which, over time, gained sentience, resulting in the birth and rise of the gods of chaos. As the races of the material universe grew, so did their hopes, dreams, rage, wars, loves, and hatreds. All of these raw emotions served to fuel the growth and power of the Chaos Gods. Eventually, the gods reached back and into the dreams and desires of mortals, and since that time, they have been working to influence the physical realm and its myriad races. Chaos in its realm exists far outside of imagination, an impossible abstraction made real only by metaphor and the roiling emotions of the minds of mortals. It is constantly reborn, eternally shifting. Within this realm, titanic hosts made purely of energy and emotion clash as the gods of chaos wage their endless, great game. The Chaos Gods and the Dominions are one, for both are formed from the same warp energy. As the gods gain power, the realms expand. However, the gods are not alone, for they have countless servants made of their own essence, known as daemons. The beings of the warp have no true physical forms, and even daemons are simply taking a skin or bubble of their appearance that is a projection of their own god. The realm of chaos is a fantastical landscape devoid of consistency and unbound by the laws of time and space, a random, unstructured panorama of pure energy and unfocused consciousness. It is from this nature that it is dubbed chaos, for it is chaotic in the truest sense. The realm of chaos and the material universe can overlap, often with devastating consequences for mortals. Warp storms and warp rifts are such examples of a breach between these two realities. At the dawn of time, the Old Ones took some of the primitive races, guiding the development to suit a specific purpose. The warp at this time was not the hostile place it was in later ages. During their war against the Necrons, the Old Ones created races to battle the threat they posed, creating races with stronger ties to the warp, giving them psychic power to turn the tide against the Necrons. One of these races was the Elder. Just before the birth of the Emperor of Mankind, the three gods of chaos, Khorne, Tzeentch and Nurgle had already begun to take form in the warp, although it would take until the end of Terra's Middle Ages for them to fully awaken. Slaanesh had not awoken until around M29, marking the end of the Eldar Empire and the end of the Age of Strife, as well as the beginning of the Great Crusade and the rise of the Imperium. The rise of chaos in the first three Chaos Gods, as described, seems to correspond with the development to humanity, implying that mankind, of all the sentient species, were primarily responsible for the disharmonizing of the warp and the birth of the first three Chaos Gods. Although, without question, all sentient species played a role in the birth of the Chaos Gods, it seems that mankind has an especially close relationship with chaos, or that mankind's nature is particularly aggressive and unstable. The forces of chaos are those who have pledged themselves to the gods of chaos. They are most commonly organized into several types. Demons are entities of the warp, horrific creatures brought to the battlefield by the guileless sorcerers. They are often armed simply with claws that rip and tear the enemy to shreds. Some use psychic-based powers. The lesser demons tend to be very poorly armored and fall in great numbers to rapid-fire weaponry. The Lost and the Damned are a broad range of renegades and mutants, including degenerate humans, beastmen, cultists, rogue psychers, mutants of the demon world, and traitor guardsmen. They are also often poorly armored, but come in vast numbers. The Chaos Space Marines are formed of the Adeptus Astartes who fell under the sway of Warmaster Horus and rebelled against the Emperor in an attempt to bring the material galaxy under the control of Chaos. A full 9 legions left the side of the Emperor and joined Chaos, some choosing specific deities to worship, while others went to Chaos undivided. In the millennia since, other formations of Adeptus Astartes have also fallen to chaos, from single squads to entire chapters. The Dark Mechanicus are corrupted tech priests of the Adeptus Mechanicus, wielding horrific warp-fused technologies and demon engines. Traitor Titan legions consist of legions of the Collegia Titanica who have fallen to chaos, many turning their backs on the Imperium during the Horus Heresy. Utilizing Titan war machines corrupted by the powers of chaos, they are among the most reviled enemies of the Adeptus Mechanicus. Chaos Knights consist of Imperial Knights, and in many cases, their entire households that have fallen to the ruinous powers. They pilot knight suits, which, while smaller than a Titan, are still powerful war machines in their own right. And finally, the Gods of Chaos. There are 4 great powers of chaos. Each one is given form and fed by the emotions manifested by sentient beings in the material universe. The chaos powers and the emotions that gave rise to them are as such. Khorne is born of hate and rage. Nurgle is born of despair and fear of death. Slaanesh is born of lust and hedonism. And Tzeentch is born of ambition, hope, and the desire for change. There were records of a 5th Chaos God, however, they have been expunged from all libraries and known sources. This concludes the information regarding Chaos as a whole. More in-depth information regarding Chaos will be recorded at a later date. This is Librarian Elias, signing off.